Hello again my dudes, welcome back to the channel. This is Kadima and I bring you the final boss guide for Black Myth Wukong main base game. This is the end of the journey, my friends. Hopefully this guide will provide assistance for those of you who have been struggling with either the Stone Monkey or the Great Sage. I am going to cover the fight from start to finish and I hope you enjoy this guide. If it helped you, if it helped any of you, leave a like, subscribe, support the channel, share it with your friends. It helps me quite a lot. For all of you who have been part of this journey in Black Myth Wukong, if you were someone I helped via share play, if you are someone I assisted with my knowledge or just exchanging ideas or builds or knowledge of quests and where to find things, I thank you. I helped more than 300 people, killed more than 800 bosses via share play, and now this is my final boss guide for the time being until a DLC is released. And I couldn't end it in a more epic way. Let's do this. So for the Stone Monkey, my friends, I suggest you play the same way I do. During stage 1, avoid using any of your resources. It's a game of dodge and light attack combos, building up your focus for some varied combos or from some heavy attacks if you can manage. Keep in mind that he does dodge most of these unless you immobilize them, which is also quite hard. But during phase 1, try to get some perfect dodges. It also helps build your focus. And be careful how you manage your mana above all. You want to make sure that for second stage you have these resources available. Make sure that your drink is upgraded correctly, as I'm going to show you at the end of the video with the build display, because the drink will make quite a big difference in this boss fight. You do need to have a lot of healing per gourd use instead of just a little bit of healing so you can recover this or recover that. I strongly suggest that you change your mentality when it comes to the healing. It is more important to get more HP per gourd use than it is to recover ki or recover mana. Don't fall for that idea, my friends. Now, as you can see, I am yet to use anything besides my skills with dodging and my light attack hits, and he is nearly dead for stage 1. Stage 2 starts. This is when things change a little bit. You are going to use your resources, but mainly when there's 2 of them. For the initial part of phase 1, when he's on his own still, I strongly suggest that you continue with the same strategy. I tried to use immobilizing correctly here, as I was in a bit of a rush, and it was a bad idea. You see what happens when you use your spells incorrectly. You could debate using Spellbinder, but I don't want to, as I plan to have my Pluck of Many Duplicates help me and use Immobilize at the right time. When he does this sort of attack, just stay away. Don't try to attack him. Just dodge the last hit. He's got a bit of a delay, and then he always follows with this kind of AoE that only hits you if you are too far from him. If you are on top of him, you won't get hit. Your light attack combo finishers will also interrupt him, and that's a good thing to keep in mind. Especially if your setup is the same as me, my light attack combos do not get interrupted by my dodges. As soon as both appear, I had a heavy attack prepared for them, which gives me quite an advantage. Try to stay away from the edges of the arena. I made the mistake of actually being on the edge here until I realized my mistake, and I then decided to go back in the middle. Be careful for the ice attacks, and again, don't use Immobilize recklessly like I've just done, as it's just going to be useless. If you get frosted, just press dodge as many times as you can in quick succession, as it will release you from the trap. Continue with the light attack combos. You can also use your spells at this stage. I'm trying to just showcase my skills a little bit here, not needing the spells as much, but I'm going to summon my Pluck of Many, which actually didn't do much, as all of them got frosted straight away, and then they all got hit by the explosion, and then they got hit by a second explosion. So they are not being very clever. You could debate using Spellbinder here, but it's entirely up to you. I don't feel the need to do so. If I did, I would definitely use it. Now that he has exposed himself with this attack, I had another heavy attack prepared for him, and then I'm just gonna finish him off with a sequence of perfect dodges that trigger the Vengeful Mirage to explode, and I got the first stage, the Stone Monkey, completed. Now to the Great Sage, the Epiphany of Black Myth Wukong, when you get to fight the shadow of Wukong himself in the form of the Great Sage. The initial part plays the same as the Stone Monkey. Save your resources for the second stage, because in the second stage you are going to lose the Wukong stance and the access to your relics. Instead, to compensate, try to use some pills to boost up your damage, your critical hit chance, and your damage negation as well. As you can see, I'm still basing my attacks on my light attack combos and light attack combo finishers, with the dodges and the perfect dodges to build up my focus. As soon as I can, I'm going to land a heavy hit, which landed right there for almost 1000 damage. I tried to do a heavy hit, and it actually worked, because he was just about to cast the Ring of Fire, and that gives me quite an advantage. When he's in the Ring of Fire, I don't really go inside, I wait for him to come out. There's no need to get in there with him, because then you are going to hit the walls of the Ring of Fire and you're going to lose HP unnecessarily. But take notice that I am yet to use a single gourd. I actually got hit pretty bad there, my dodge was quite terrible, but did you notice how much HP I recovered with one gourd use? That's why I suggest you guys configure your gourd and drink and soaks in the same fashion. You can read more and see more about it at the end of the video. Now, still going with my perfect dodges, because my mirages also do damage, and it's a good thing to keep in mind. Each mirage does about 200 damage, so it's not to be ignored. If you think about it, 5 perfect dodges do about 1000 damage. So if you do this right, you can actually get a lot out of it, as you can see by my damage numbers in the screen. But now for stage 2, this is when you are going to unleash hell upon this character. No mercy. From the get-go, I suggest that you take a step back, because he always starts exactly the same way with this heavy attack. And then, if you are too heavy on him, he will cast Ring of Fire. Exactly. So just avoid it, stay out of the Ring of Fire, and then do your spells, do your thing, and continue to do your perfect dodges. Avoid hitting him if he uses Rock Solid, because you are going to get trapped in one of these sequences. I'm going to summon the Pluck of Many, or I was going to try until I got rudely interrupted. But no panic, I'm not going to restart the fight because of this. I'm good to go, my gourd is full, I got the upper hand, and my build is just right for this boss fight. Again, not even perfect dodges will get you quite far in this game. If you can get the perfect dodges, it's even better, but if you don't, it's not a big problem. Light attack combo finishers, I'm not requiring my mana that much. Spirit, which completely failed because he took a step back and he's now laughing about me. The strategy here was to trap him into using the heavy attack, but it didn't work, because he does disappear sometimes when you use the immobilize spell. Still, I took a little bit of damage, but I feel confident that I can perfect dodge, or at least dodge the remaining attacks. But see how much health I recovered with one use? That is what I'm on about. Now that he's a quarter of HP down, it's time to start using my cards. And I went with a fan, which he actually managed to initially dodge. But then he trapped him in this corner, which is actually what I want. I'd like him to be trapped against the edge of the map. My timing of the healing there was not great, but it saved my skin. This is one of the grabs I was on about When you first hit him in Rock Solid, he will always do this sequence, but he only do it once. If you hit him again when he does a Rock Solid, all you have to do is dodge backwards and you will escape the hit. When you try to heal and you see that he lifts his leg, he's going to try to immobilize you so he can steal your gourd. Make sure you always dodge, and he won't take anything from you. Time for some hits. As you can see, I hit him there, but because it was a heavy hit, he was the one losing the HP instead of me. When he does the cloud attack, just roll when he's about to get close to the floor, and he will always miss you. When he does this attack, I always like to just do cloud step, as it keeps me safe, and then I just can counter with an unveiled strike. I'm always staying aggressive. I don't really back up much unless I am very low on health. But I'm always on top of him. Even my dodges tend to be around him. He actually managed to hit me there a little bit. But, again, confidence in my perfect dodges. I'm going to heal right in his face. But as you can see, I got more than half my mana. I'm pretty cool, pretty relaxed, not panicking here. Got half my gourd still. My focus is high. Immobilize at the right time, and this will give me a shot for a heavy hit, which does a nice chunk of damage. Always on top of him, even when he's doing this crazy dancing with the cloud. He actually hit me there because instead of dodging, I was doing a fancy jump. Another nice perfect dodge. The Mirage does the 200 damage. I'm on top of him. I actually got hit by his Mirage as well. I got my Spirit back in case I need it. I actually tried to use it, but again failed miserably. I think he knows when I'm about to use it for some reason. Still, not a problem. Trying to get a heavy hit here, which I actually succeeded. I still got the damage despite him using the perfect dodge. But the fight is nearly over, and I got absolute control. And there you go. I still had mana to go. I still had gourds to use. Basically, I focused my strategy around actual fighting and dodging. This is the build I've been using. Please give it a try. It is reliable. It doesn't require you to have mad skills. It just requires some good dodging times and knowing his moveset. And with the right build, in this case the one I'm using, with the right gourd, the right soaks, the right drink, anyone can manage this boss. Again, if you're new to the channel, why not subscribe? It truly helps the channel, and I appreciate all the support I can get. For all my Wukong friends, thank you all so much for the continued support. I hope I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Cheerio!